Battletech does all right here because it is sure the resource hog when you're recording it. There we go. Hi everyone, this is Battletech, and Nate's gonna help me be less of a noob, right? Because I am a pretty big
Sure,
noob at this game. I really am.
sure. Okay, there you are.
So I just got
Okay.
that big boy.
Full screen? Oh, check it out. If you click on exploration at the bottom on the left, you know how, look down there, engineering, click on engineering.
Okay.
And you see, yeah, go to go to engineering,
Yep, we're
mouse
there.
over engine, right? Yeah, and look at ship upgrades. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, I like literally just funny story. I had a really good Let's Play episode and then
Uh-huh.
Windows Update had happened the night before and I don't know what happened, but it screwed it up bad. So I just kind of like
Ah.
rage saved and I was like, I'll pick this up later.
So you see,
But
so you can start upgrading the
mm,
Argo when you
okay.
have money. I
I
mean, you
made it
got
money.
pretty good funds now, but let me see your barracks. Click on your barracks. I want to see what you got in your barracks.
I mean, Mech Warriors, they're pretty good. I don't know if they're good actually. Like,
If you show me, I'll.
so this is the main man, Spicy Hippo himself, and he's got a little experience. I'm focusing him on gunnery, at least for now. And
Wait,
then
you have four people, five
yeah,
people. That's it.
5 people.
Oh, you need more.
No, I'm keeping it a small. Okay, I probably do need more.
No,
Uh,
no. I mean, you need more.
I need more because they're gonna get hurt, and I'm gonna need permissions.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're going
X
to
told
get
me.
hurt, and you're not even going to be able to field a team. So, okay, so here's what I'm noticing. So, you only have just Deckers, your tactician, that's it?
Yes, that is it.
You need another one
Let's see if we
for
can
sure.
do anything.
No, I mean, you don't
Tech.
have to go out and get one now. I'm just saying you need
We'll
another
need
one.
one, and then check out. We're gonna show my mechs off, show how big and bad they are,
Let me
or
see.
how big and bad they aren't. Um,
Well, let me what day are you on right now? What's your calendar like?
like 120 something,
Oh
124 I
shit.
think. Hey, what are you on?
Like a
Like
thousand something.
like year three. Year three. So we've got our this is the blackjack. I think that's what you start with.
Hmm.
Maybe it was the Vindicator. Got
Oh,
the
you have a
Vindy.
Centurion. That's good.
Yeah, I've got our Shadowhawk. The Centurion's the
You
one I
wait,
just picked up, I think. Yeah, I got that at the end
wait,
of last mission.
wait. You use a spider?
No Jagger actually got. No, I don't use a spider.
SDR. What's the SDR?
Yeah, it's a spider, but I don't use it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's probably fixing because I was like, maybe I want this in case I need it. But yeah, the Jagger mech's just what I got.
Jaeger mech.
Jagger mech.
Oh my God, I'm looking at your spider. He's missing a leg,
Oh
missing
yeah,
an
dude.
arm.
It's bad. Like this is how I play the games. I'm like, put your left side to someone till the armor's about right, and then I position them so the right sides to them. Cause, like seriously, I'm
Yeah.
just like, how in the heck?
What's with your Vindicator? Dude,
Um,
is does each one of your mech miss an arm?
my Centurion, yeah, he totally. That was actually no Nate. Listen, him only
Uh-huh.
losing an arm, that was the only
Uh-huh.
thing I lost. That was the best level yet. We'll put it that way. So,
Shit. I'm glad I'm not on your
my squad, my lance, or
I'm one
whatever.
yeah, I would not be doing very well.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna. Are they all set
So
for
like
repair?
do
Let's
you
repair
have
you.
any blackjacks in storage?
No, this is what I have, man. I'm not hiding anything. You see what we have. This is
Hmm.
it. Mhm. Because
Click
I
on
need
your
to
storage.
expand to a bay.
Click on your storage right there. I want to see what it says there.
I've almost got a quick
You need
draw. That's it.
to refit. Also, your Centurion needs parts.
Well, yes, that is true. We need to
Well,
fix them
also
here.
you have another heavy right there. See, the quick draw is a heavy.
Almost.
Well,
He's 2 or 3, but yeah, that would be nice. Let me just start running it through the time here while we make repairs.
Fix. Set up your Centurion for repair and then run it through time.
Laser show. what that achievement's for. Do something basic. So, Centurion, let's refit you. So how was I going with him? Let's see. Did replace that and that. I think I had him fitted out with lasers. Yeah, he had a laser on his arm, I
I
think.
do not like
You
lasers.
don't? They're the only
Nope.
thing I feel like, okay, well, teach me your ways because everything else, I'm just like, long range missiles, like, they can't even kill anything.
Well,
So,
because you're doing it wrong.
yeah, well, teach me. Teach me,
Well,
master.
first of all, let me look. Let me look at your weapons. Scroll through your weapons. Let me see what you got there.
Okay.
No, no, just scroll. Just show me everything. Don't exclude anything. Let me see if you have
Yeah,
any plus
that's
weapons or not.
that's it. That's not
Okay,
excluding anything. That's what I have.
I see. Do you know that you can buy weapons and systems?
Yes, I looked at that, but I haven't actually gone back to that. Would you suggest finding some plus weapons since they do extras?
Every single time I enter a system,
Mm-hmm.
not in travel, but like right before a mission starts, I look to see if they have anything good in the weapons. Because
Hmm.
basically, okay, so let me tell you what the weapons are. You At this point in the game, you essentially have three types of weapons. You have energy weapons,
Okay.
you have projectiles, and you have missiles. So lasers are really, really good after you strip down the shielding or you basically penetrate through the armor.
Okay,
That's
that
when
makes sense.
laser is good. So until then, laser will do damage, but not really, you know?
Okay.
Then you have missiles, which are good at stripping armor and they're good at doing stability damage to knock them down.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the AC. AC does not do as much damage as say like some of the specialized missiles, but the flip side, or even like some of the heavier lasers or the PPCs, but they're really really good at strip of destabilizing them.
Okay.
And AC weapons are line of sight and they're like extreme long range. Whereas missiles, if you got a sensor lock on them, or if one of your units sees a particular unit, you can pretty much missile them from wherever you want on the map.
Okay.
So, and then you have two types of missiles. You have short range and long range. So,
Mm-hmm.
short range missiles don't take up a lot of space, do a hell of a lot of damage when you close in. So, for example, looking at your Vindicator, so your Vindicator has jump jets, right?
Yeah.
So, the thing that you do with your Vindicator is that you jump it around. You try to get behind them. You try to put it in a position where it can take advantage of areas of armor that is either stripped or components that are missing. Because if you start hitting that particular side, it does a lot of critical damage.
Sure. Yeah, no, I've noticed that. And I've been using that with like the PPC. I don't know if that's a
Yeah,
good matchup,
that's
but I get him up
that
to
is
snipe with it, but
that is a good matchup. I mean, that's what the Vindicator does, and the Vindicator actually has pretty good shielding. But then look at your Shadowhawk. Look at the Vindicator and then compare it to the Shadowhawk, and you'll see the Shadowhawk's better.
hmm, that's true.
I mean, you got 10 more tons. But if you click on the Shadowhawk, what I did with my Shadowhawk, for example, I had two different loadouts. I had one loadout that was a sniper, and I had one loadout that was close range. So, meaning like my sniper would knock them down or strip them, and my close range would come in for the kill.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes
So,
sense.
like the fastest unit, the best unit that I have found early on that's like a light mech is the Firestarter
Okay.
because it's maximum move, awesome jets, and then it has a whole bunch of weapons that are good for dealing with with like big mechs. So basically, you take the fire starter, you jump him right behind the mech, and then you flame him, and you raise his heat to the point where he can't even do anything. Not only is he
Okay.
taking damage, but he can't actually retaliate because he has to offset some of the heat. And if you're right behind him, it's kind of hard. Not, and when I say behind him, I don't mean like right up against him because then he can just turn around and just smack you.
Punch in
You
face,
got to
yeah.
keep a little bit of a distance.
Okay.
So when you look at the reticule, you see that there's the different shades of gray. So there's close, like where machine guns and flamers. Then there's short, medium, long. Though there are no real medium weapons, you have like the medium sized laser.
Okay.
Really, that's it. Like the PPC, and that's long range. The long range
Yeah.
laser like that. So what is that? Yeah, that dude, that looks pretty cool. Oh, he's got two AC cannons on him.
Yeah, my Shadowhawk, he's got two AC, well, an AC5. What have AC2 ammo? Oh, AC5 and AC2, yeah. Because of weight restrictions, then the medium laser I tried to.
So that's the thing is that's the first thing you do is when you start upgrading them, you start messing around with the weapon loadouts.
Yeah. Let me see with the Jagger mech. I just got him. He's got AC.
Uh,
Okay.
the thing with the Jaeger mech, it's
Uh huh.
really slow.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I guess he's
Click
got pretty
on it.
bad
Take a look.
movement. Yeah, compared to that. And the Centurion, I just had him go up there and punch things, and that was actually better than anything else.
Yeah, well,
But he
that's the
lost
thing
his
with the
arm.
Centurion.
But.
So my Centurion that I had, I mean, I've pretty much put him in storage, but the Centurion that I had,
Mhm.
I didn't do lasers on him. I had AC, short range missile, and long range missile.
I should put some short range. I don't think I've thought about the short
Short
range
range is
measures.
what you do when you're closing the distance on somebody. So you can still use AC. So it's like this. Um, Long range and AC, good. Short range or medium range and AC, good. Short range and AC, good. Come in for the punch or kick or
Mhm.
whatever, elbow.
Let's put on
So
the.
you can see. So take a look. This is your Centurion, right?
Yep, I'm loading him up for close combat then. So you'd say
You
AC
see, so
10 or let's look here.
no, but look. AC 10 is too big for him.
Because it's more long range. Okay.
No, because it's so heavy.
So you want more smaller guns, you're saying.
Well, look at how much look at AC 10. Look how much space that AC 10 takes. 12.
Yeah.
So if you put him
12 for
on, he's up to
60.
47. No, look at AC 5.
Okay. It's 3. Okay. Throw a 5 on there then. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm still trying to get the nuance down with, like, the weapons. A little
That's
bit
part of the
here.
fun is you get to equip him, you get to mess with him.
See, he only has the one AC loadout, though. I guess that's maybe all he needs.
Well, it's not that. It's the
That.
hard points. It's the hard points on the mech.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just trying to think, like, what else do I have that'd be worthwhile? Maybe
That's
like a
why I have
medium
two different
laser?
missiles. See, no, that he first of all, where are you going to put the laser on him?
Right here,
That's not laser. That's machine gun.
isn't it? Boom, laser.
Oh, Matt is
Energy.
on. Let me add Matt to this. Once I'll be back in a sec. Let
Get
me
him
add him.
on here. And meanwhile, I'm gonna make like the most perverse
Here, you know what? Actually,
Centurion load
you know.
ever.
Here, I'm adding Matt right now,
Okay.
and ask him, and he's the expert. I'm still him and Ben are experts.
The experts.
I'm just learning
All
my way.
right. How's
And
the mic?
you sound good. You
All
sound
right.
good.
Sound real
So
good.
we're actually on Twitch now while
I
we're
see. Yeah,
chatting
I'm
on
watching.
Slack.
Yeah, they're trying to teach me
I
the
got the
ABCs
stream
of
up.
mechs, so.
I'm just I'm giving him like C-level advice.
Yeah, I
Anytime
was.
you want to correct me, jump in with your
All right.
A-level advice.
I was watching while my daughter was trying to fall asleep, so I caught some of it.
Some of the words of
Yeah,
wisdom.
so what I was telling him, what I use my when I don't do it anymore because I've moved on from Centurion, but what I was
Right.
using my Centurion for was long range and then to close the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's already
So
pretty short range. What else would you suggest I put on here?
I mean, the standard like old school Centurion and the like original that you probably had an AC10. Uh, but the AC5 is fine because it's lighter
I
and
mean,
takes up a lot less
okay.
space. Now, one thing you have to pay attention to as you learn to play around with all this stuff is where you put the ammo for any ammo-based weapon.
mhm,
And there are, you'll notice that on enemy mechs they sort of run the stock. Since this game's an old tabletop game, and so the there were all the technical manuals and all the stuff, and they all had these stock, you know,
mhm.
setups. Well, the video games let you play with it more, and when you made up your own on paper, you could put stuff wherever you wanted. And so it kind of lets you quote unquote cheat and do things that are a little bit don't make any sense, but you can in terms of reality, but you can put the ammo
Uh-huh.
like in the legs, and
Sure.
your legs tend not to get blown up, yet it's a safer spot to put
Ooh.
ammo.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
actually
sense.
put the jump jets on the legs.
because I don't know if you've played enough to notice what an ammo explosion looks like,
Yeah,
Yes.
I triggered on
but
the
it's
AI
like
a lot, I feel like, when you aim on one side, but because they
right,
do put it in the
exactly.
arms a lot, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that isn't really explained by the game, but when you lose armor in a section and you start weapons start hitting the section, each hit has a chance to do a critical hit,
Sure.
and if a critical hit is done to the ammo, then you get an ammo explosion.
Yep, you get a cook off.
Yeah,
Well, what
I mean,
what else would you recommend I load this dude up? I've got like 8 tons left. He's armored out.
well,
I am
that's
a
the
little
thing.
limited with my arsenal
Heat
here.
sinks, jump jets. That's the thing with my Centurion. I had him on jump jets, and I had him just hopping like a grasshopper until it found the right position, and then it would just wreak havoc.
I mean, so I did briefly see which other mechs you had,
Hmm.
and um, I mean, yeah, you can put jump jets if you like that. The advantage of jump jets um,
Like the
is
death
that
from above, right?
well, that does damage your legs, which if you put the ammo there,
Yeah,
is
you
a
don't want
Ooh,
plus.
that.
that's gonna be a big spot.
So I mean,
That's a
it's one of
good
those
point.
things like you might be able to finish a mech with a jump like towards the end of a mission, and then it's not as big a deal. And in the meantime, you're using the jump jets because the big advantage of jump jets is you can jump and you can use bulwark, which because it doesn't, or you can jump and brace, excuse me.
Hmm.
So you can turn the correct side to take damage, um, and spread damage more
No, no,
evenly.
no. You don't have the tonnage for that. You're gonna be
What else am I
way
gonna put
over.
on there though?
I
Well,
told
no,
you, you could do long range missiles and short range missiles.
You think that's worth it
yeah, you
instead?
could do that. So see, you have three missile hard points on the left
So
torso.
he needs to play towards that more. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's the thing. You don't you don't always have to use every single hard point,
No,
but
yeah, but
it's usually advisable.
you don't want to
Eight
have a mech
tons.
that doesn't have. Yeah, look at long range missiles. No,
Yeah,
like a long range five, if that's too heavy.
yeah, you're gonna
No, you
need.
see, you don't have enough space
You either have to
for.
take the jump jets off,
Yeah, we'll
or
just pull that off. Because I don't have
use
any
a
short
small.
range. We'll pull off a jump jet or two.
No, no,
And
no,
the other,
not short range. Long range five. You don't have any long range five.
No, I told you
Oh,
I'm bare bones, man. I am barely. I'm like four real man
wait,
for
you have
four
one
man
in
into the
there
game.
that's being dismounted, in the little to the bottom left of the.
There you go.
So you don't have to take that off. You can just put that back,
yeah.
Okay. And then
and then
probably another ammo.
Take
take
off the
that
long
10
range
off.
10. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See? And
Okay.
you can put the jump jets,
We're
and you
still
can
there.
strengthen your legs if you want it.
Strong man. Yeah, I'm always maxing out that armor, man. I'm so
So
crazy with
I
it.
would put the other thing I would do is put the heat sinks, take them out of your legs, and put them in either in the head or the center torso where
Okay.
they're the most protected, so that you have room for the LRM ammo that's in
Okay.
your right torso.
To move that down here. Okay.
Yeah, and
Good call.
then yeah, move that ammo down. That's in your right torso. Yeah,
Perfect.
and then I
Yeah.
mean, so you only have two jump jets. So that the number of jump jets affects how far you can travel.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
So hold on, it can't.
No, 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 no.
Hold
Don't
on,
have an
it might.
underweight one. Don't have
Yeah,
underweight.
you've still got almost 3/4 of a ton, which equates to armor. Or and then what I would do is probably strip off some of the armor to get down to 49, so you can add one more jump jet.
Okay. Pulled off like here, like there. Oh, don't need to do that far.
So yeah, the legs would be a good spot. And just leave your torso max. Just take it. There you go, right there. You got it.
Okay. Perfect.
And then that one I
And you
might.
can do one more jump jet. See?
Okay.
No,
Oh,
you can
because
do
they're
one
half
more.
ton. They're
Yeah,
small.
yeah, jump jets at small. Heat sinks are a ton.
There
No,
we
no,
go.
no, no. You need 4 jump jets.
I agree. You should have 4.
There we go. There's
I
4.
it'll now you can
Yeah.
put jump jets in the center torso too, just so you know. They don't have to be in the legs.
Do you know what's one of the things that I really get a kick out of?
Hmm.
When I start messing with the mechs, right? You can't see them in the shop, but once they're on a mission, you can see the difference in your loadouts. So if you have jump jets in their legs, you see, that's where the jump jet activates. If you have it on their torso in the
Okay.
back or on their shoulders, you'll see it like that.
Oh yeah.
And also, the one thing
Jump
I
jet their
want
head.
is I wish I had more choices in the like in paint schemes and stuff like that,
Yeah, that
like
would be
an army
cool.
painter.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
I'm assuming that's going to be a mod. I mean,
Well,
not a mod. I meant DLC.
DLC. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
They could leave money on the table. Okay.
So now here's the issue though. When you go nuts modifying mechs, now you notice how long your Centurion's gonna take to do all those mods.
It's a good thing we got money.
I
I guess.
upgraded the ships. So
Yeah. So Jaeger mech, not terrible when it's your only heavy.
Mm-hmm.
he's got a
But-
Go back
grasshopper
there.
that's 2/3 finished in his.
Wait. Grasshopper? No way. Not at this point.
Yeah,
What is
look. Show him the mech bay in the
A quick
in
draw, you mean?
storage. Oh no. Yeah,
Is
quick
it-
draw. I meant quick draw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's a good mech.
Yeah, it's almost there.
Especially when it's, when you've only got a couple heavies, quick draw is an excellent one.
Yep. I meant quick draw. I was thinking grasshopper because that's what I'm
Ah.
trying to get.
That's what you want. You definitely want the grasshopper. You should definitely get-
I'm trying to get that guy right now, but I
Here.
keep blowing them up.
Oh,
I basically got one like as I finished the game, like the mission or like
oh, that's
I
sad.
don't know, like a mission or two before the end. I mean, it's cool because you can still sandbox with it after the campaign's over.
You want to laugh? This last mission that I'm on right now, it's not last, but the mission that I'm playing right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's a 3 skull retribution mission where I'm supposed to take out this lance that's been tormenting the territory, and the reinforcement is more powerful than the lance.
Yes.
The
Like-
lance is like almost 3 skulls, and the reinforcement is 4 skulls. And it's like I'm fighting a 7 skull mission with my 2 heavies, assault, and medium, and I'm just like,
15 days.
Yeah.
Here.
So, what are you?
I am actually just looking at contracts here.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a recovery and assassination? Is that just kill versus
assassination.
control point?
Assassination means you gotta kill everything on the board.
Okay.
A recovery means you're going to a location and either grabbing a scientist or research, and then you can escape without killing everything. But if you kill everything, then you get bonus money.
Bonuses.
you know?
Yeah, it's not a hug game. Let's do insurrection, interception.
So the way I do recoveries is sometimes I have like a quick unit moving, grab
Just
him,
my
and
Centurion real
go.
quick.
And other times I just kill everything and then grab him because, or go get whatever it is I'm supposed to get. The fetch mission.
There you go. That's smart.
I just
Yeah, but
my
do-
my method is just to just kill everything all the
Because
time.
you always get
Yeah,
bonuses,
yeah,
right?
well,
'Cause
the
you get
thing
more-
is that, yeah, you get bonuses, but the way I play is I have one of my loadouts has a lot of long range stuff, so they can't get to me. I have a medium Wolverine with like a shitload of jump jets. So I mean, I'm jumping ridiculous distances, and I'm hiding. So unless they have a bunch of tacticians or the equivalent
Yeah.
to find me, they can't get to me.
Yeah.
And then all my long range guys are sitting in the back, just shooting off Roman, rockets or fireworks and whatever. And I'm just, everything's good until you run out of missiles. Once you run out of missiles, then you gotta close the distance,
Yeah.
pound them.
That's the worst. Let me ask you guys here. I usually kind of go more towards the salvage options as opposed to payment. But
Yeah.
I mean, is that
It-
because it seems like you get better stuff for your mechs possibly, right? Like that seems like the way to run it.
It depends. Some missions it's better to have more payment if you're like running low on on C bills,
Sure.
but even with salvage, when you get a choice in salvage, you can build mechs and then sell them to the store. So
Mm,
even if you
okay.
don't get paid as much on a mission, you can sell an expensive mech and make way more from doing that.
Yeah, I kind of tended to do what you have there, but at the same time, I think as I've played more, I think I've realized that just going max salvage all the time, as long as you're not literally about to run out of money, is the
Is
Yeah.
best thing
better.
to do.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can once you give in on this
Oh, you know
screen, you
what? We
can
need to
back
go
out and
back.
change it still before you, I
So
think.
so here's the thing: you can't even field 4 mechs right now, can you?
Yeah, I can. I had 4 max. I just need to fix this guy real quick. Because I don't want him going and partially hurt. Yeah, I got a 5-man
So
crew
what's
right
up with
now.
your Vindicator? Is your Vindicator underweight?
Yeah, why does it have a little the Vindicator's
Exclamation
got like
point.
a
I don't
yeah.
I don't know. Let's have you guys here. Let's look. Vindicator. Oh, he's a little underweight. I guess we can throw a little armor on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's just armor. Yeah.
And
Hold on, what do you have? Small laser. I'd get rid of that small laser.
Yeah.
boom. It's gone.
Now, small lasers are good,
When you
but
are hand to hand.
or when you have like 15 of them, but when you just have one, it's kind of.
15 of them.
I
Jeez.
mean, you can get like
Okay.
that's why you want a grasshopper, because
Yeah.
later you can have a grasshopper with like I don't know, you have like 6 small lasers on it, and then you just go punch something and also shoot it 6 times. Uh, I would have taken that armor back off and just put a medium laser on there.
Yeah.
You won't necessarily use it a lot, but it'll be worth it.
I like medium lasers though, so we are just a
Yeah,
tad bit
And
overweight.
medium laser on his head.
yeah.
That's what you got to do, man.
You
But
got
now
two
you gotta
slots on your arm.
take a little bit off the,
There we go. So
and
modify
then
him.
those see, it's just little things like those heat sinks
Mhm.
on the in the left torso. Just pack as many of them into the legs and the center torso as you can.
Okay.
They're safer there. That way you still dissipate heat even if you lose a side torso.
Okay.
Now when they really eventually, hopefully, uh, release more campaign and DLC stuff, they'll
Yeah, we're not bringing the spider. I'm not worried
you'll
about
get XL engines, which take up part of your side torso. So even if you lose a side torso, your mech's destroyed.
that. We got pirates. What do you guys say we do?
It's cheap to pay them off.
I always do the second
Oh,
one.
but if you're liked by the restoration, you can.
Yeah, like by the
think-
recession, it gives you a bonus to morale.
Oh. Too late.
the stream's slightly delayed, so
Yeah,
You got about 30
half a
seconds
minute.
there. Okay, let's try this mission now. Boom, boom.
is it really? It can't be 30 seconds. It's got to be less than
It is.
that.
It's
maybe like
30
15, 20. It's noticeable. Like if you're watching it yourself.
It seems like what I say comes over fast enough.
No. Well,
So,
what you're
but-
saying is one thing. What we say,
Oh yeah,
but what you see,
right.
Yeah,
that's where the
that's what
delay. The
deceivingness
delay is
come in.
longer in what you see versus what
Right.
you say. So what I do is I just mute, basically Skype, and
Oh, you listen
know.
to. Yeah.
I'm not Skype. I meant I mute Twitch and I just
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
no, I have-
conversation on Skype.
Yeah, I haven't mute. Or I haven't-
Well, which one
yeah.
of these do I drop for the Jaeger mech?
Well, you want the one that has your most damage for the Jaeger mech. So Spicy Hippo would be smart to put in the Jaeger mech.
Okay.
Oh, you mean which mech do you drop?
Yeah, because I got the Vindicator, Centurion. I mean, I figured I might
What's-
drop the Blackjack or the
Oh.
Vindicator, but
What's on the Jaeger? Is it stock? Like
Yeah.
what is it?
AC
this-
5, 2, and some lasers, medium lasers.
Yeah, that's normal. I mean, the thing about Jaeger is it's paper thin armor,
It's the same as the Blackjack, basically.
except
okay.
it's got like similar armor, even though it's a heavy.
That's
So
funny.
it's like, yeah, I mean,
Might
look
as
at
well
it.
just
See,
keep it.
now when you, this is the other thing to pay attention to. You see the white bar that says
The armor.
armor.
Yeah.
Jaeger says 480. Okay,
That's
Blackjack has 760 armor. So even though it's a medium, it's much better armored.
tankery.
But Jaeger basically trades out armor for weapons.
Okay.
And that can be good, but you have to use it accordingly.
I was
So
all
if-
happy
Not
when
for
I got it
me.
at first, and then you told me about it, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh man, it's like it's like
Yeah.
having a napkin.
You had to try. You had to try it out first. You were like,
Yeah.
all right.
It's like you're sitting, in the bathroom, and you got three options. You got toilet paper, you got paper towel, and you got napkin. The Jaeger mech is a napkin.
Yeah.
When faced with the real tough
The bla-
shit, it doesn't hold up.
The Blackjack's like 3 napkins stacked together, I think.
There's 3 napkins.
Yeah.
Some hard stuff.
And the shadow hawk is a good roll of toilet paper.
Mm-hmm. Squishy. You get it wet, and
It holds up.
Comes
It
up.
holds up.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
See how bad this
If
is.
that's your intended role for the toilet paper is to get it wet and to clean up, just better use a wipe.
mm-hmm.
With kids, you always have a pack somewhere.
Okay, let's look here. We got this away.
Destroy the propagandist. Destroy supporting enemy forces.
See if I can get a scan on what's up here.
Just run out there.
What's the worst that can happen?
I mean,
Nothing.
you got all that woods between you. You're fine.
You know what's one of the
You
things
could be
that
sprinting. Like I've never encountered. Well, not say never. But you rarely encounter anything on the first.
It's not like XCOM. I'm still got too much XCOM in my head. I'm just like, never
Oh,
move
yeah.
fast or you will die.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, you get all the evasion, and they'll be at long range at first, and like
That's
you're
true.
not gonna.
unless it's a long range missile tank
Oh yeah.
or
Well,
oh my god, they're worse, they're scarier
Yeah.
than the actual mechs, than the
I
medium mechs, because they
those tanks
they
are
destabilize you
ridiculous.
and knock you down.
oh yeah. Those things are ridiculous. The
The-
first
the
time you
long ra-
encounter an LRM or
Uh-huh.
SRM carrier, you're like,
Oh my
"Ooh,
God.
it does
Oh, yeah.
what?"
Yep, there you go.
So now at this point, like now that you have the actual enemy contact, like
Mhm.
you got to start thinking about line of sight and which weapons you have. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
'cause-
And that's why it's good to have the scout, somebody
Oh,
who
shoot.
can do a
Do that.
sensor lock, so you get at least an idea of
Gun.
what's going on. But
yeah. So what are your
is that your Vindicator all the way back there?
Probably.
No, that's the thing. See, like how you just braced a mech, you could just reserve instead.
I accidentally
So-
clicked move, and so he like literally turned 2
Oh, so
degrees,
you
and I
are-
was like, F, yeah. So I
Yeah.
was like, well, might as well brace him.
All right, yeah, that's fine. So, they're. This is the thing. The AI is not amazing, to be honest, and
But it's not awful.
no, it's not awful. It targets well, but like that
Mm-hmm.
mech moving up on you, I don't know what it's doing. Like
It's probably either a spider or a locust trying to scout you out.
yeah, but then
Okay.
No, but it's a medium, so maybe. Maybe a panther.
Panther's light. How do you know it's a medium? It's not.
Because of where it is.
Oh, here come the tanks. Oh, there it is.
Lights are usually in 4. See, all of them are in 3s. See Griffin?
Okay, yeah, he got me there. Let's hit him.
It's just random missile. So that's the thing. So that Griffin, if you keep your distance from it, you might be able to engage whatever that middle mech is at closer range and just plow it down. Depends what it is, though. And the Griffin, unless it hits you with a large laser, is going to do just about nothing to you from that range.
Okay, let's see here. That's not great.
No, but
Your Shadowhawk.
see, the problem with that shot is that you got that obstructed view.
Alright, we'll move him up here. No more.
I wouldn't put him there.
Too late.
If you put him in the woods, you get the same amount of pips for evasion, plus you get a cover bonus.
Yeah.
Always try to get the cover bonus.
I'm gonna take this shot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not better than it was before.
It's a little better. Would it be
get-
better just to hold, you think?
You got plenty of ammo. Just do it. They're not going to get shot back on this turn, so.
Comes the other mech. Let's see what they got.
Every
Spidey.
little bit of damage helps. You know, like, even if you plink him in the leg.
Mm-hmm. Oh, spider. See?
Ignore the spider.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Seems like that's...
Except when the tactician is inside, then they just pretty much light you up wherever you are.
Now, should I waste my time with a precision shot with the PPC, or...?
No, I mean, so here's the thing. With where you are right now, right? Like, the AI just fired at your Vindicator with 2 different mechs. They're gonna do it again.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're likely to fire at the same mech, especially if they've done damage to it.
Okay.
And so that means that you don't want to fire with that one immediately, because then you lose your brace.
Yeah.
So you can reserve that mech. Just because you can move it first doesn't mean you should.
Right.
So like the Vindicator, I wouldn't move until they fire at it. Matter of fact, I wouldn't move that or I mean, it depends, right? Like, what's the?
Which is a Shadowhawk.
What's the mech Is that the? It's hard to.
So the Shadowhawk's the only one that doesn't have the brace. He has 3 evasion on him though.
And so that means you can wait for them to fire at it, lose evasion pips, then move it again, or you know.
Okay.
Or do it. Oh, you don't have jump jets on the Shadowhawk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's man. I don't know. Like any mech that could do jump jets, I would. Especially the Shadowhawks, because they're fast.
See, I take them off a lot of the time, but it's not because, I don't know, it's just like a style thing.
Oh my goodness, they are going for Shaddy there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing, right? So what you're going to do, or what the ideal thing to do is, now that they went ahead and fired at that mech, now you're free to use your other ones and present a different target, and you can move that one back.
I would
sort of.
And always move your mechs. Never just stand and fire, because you don't have evasion when you do that.
Unless you have bulwark on your pilot,
right?
Which I highly recommend. It's always good to keep moving.
And try to go for the maximum amount of pips, especially like what you just did with the Griffin. If you could have put him a little bit further back, he might have been able to get a better shot at the back, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and then you always have to keep in, and it's just a zillion considerations, right? Like your LRMs are now at 30% hit because they have like a minimum range.
Yep, you got too close.
Yep.
But other things are better, Nate. Okay.
So and at this point too, the thing that I would still fire. You have loads of ammo, and you're not worried about heat.
Okay.
So I would still, even 30%. Sometimes you get lucky and hit with like 3 or 4 missiles even on that. So
Head hit.
The thing about I notice you keep hovering your mouse over like the precision strike and stuff. I think at, unless you have a mech that's capable of like, you know, like an assault that's gonna like core out a mech in one alpha, like just by, you know, firing every single weapon and just core it out.
Okay.
I would either save the precision strike for a kill shot,
Hmm.
or you can use vigilance if a mech is, you have to move it for some reason, and you still want to be able to fire.
So I should have used this backwards maybe. Let's try this up here. So I'm gonna sensor lock this guy, right? To get rid of his pips.
Wait, which one?
This one right here that I damaged because he's got 2 pips left. He's
Yeah,
like my
but
primary
two, I
target
mean,
right now.
just look at the hit percentage. Like, you're gonna fire with one mech, remove one pip. You fire with another mech, you remove the second pip. It's just not gonna.
Oh, you don't think it's
Sensor
better just
lock's
to
not.
shoot? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Sensor locks you want to use when either when something has like 6 pips, you know, and it's just a zillion, and you really want to hit with something,
Okay.
um, or you use it when they're to gain line of sight
Big boy.
when you have missiles that you want to be firing. See, now your Centurion has some of the most armor, so you want to get that thing up in their face and
Okay.
present it as a target.
Let me put this guy in the trees, I guess. And then, there we go, now everything can hit. Hit him from 2 sides though, which kind of sucks, but... Okay.
See, you're starting to destabilize him. See, that's what the missiles are good for.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need like a cheat, I need to like find a cheat sheet on Reddit, be like, what? Because that's one thing it doesn't explain very well, is kind of like the damage types outside of like range and such. I don't feel like it did a
Oh,
great job with
it
that.
doesn't. All you gotta do is really look at the description of the weapons,
These are crit.
and once you start doing stuff like weapons that have pluses.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Oh,
He's hurting.
he's hurting, and now if you have a way to target his center, one shot to do him in.
Okay, makes sense. Let's do this here. So we could possibly precision strike. Is that what you're saying with his center?
If you can aim for it, because now it's exposed.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, the precision strike you want to do with, say,
When he's
either,
down.
well, you want to do it with weapons that, like, if you use a Centurion, right, like you already are going to spread the damage around because you've got 2 missile weapons, and you're likely to hit the center torso, and if you critical hit the engine, then it'll destroy it.
Okay.
So you're already doing this like shotgun style attack, which
Yeah.
you using the precision. I mean, yeah, it may group the missiles more in the center, but like
okay.
at some point you're, you know, it's gonna die this round.
Maybe.
So you want to do it like economically. That's how I think about it anyway. Like you don't want to over damage. Like if you can kill it with less, or with a smaller mech, or with
you're
a,
you're thinking of salvage rights?
well, not necessarily salvage, but like your turn economy. Like you only have
Yeah.
so many attacks you can do, and like this is also why I prefer multi-target.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have multi-target.
You
No,
do?
I know that. I'm just saying this is how I think of it.
No,
Like,
I agree with you.
But you see the Vindicator, right? Like, well, let's say you hit multi-target. You could possibly put in a shot or 2 on the Griffin, and like then you can shoot the LRM at something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think there's I think he also has a Vindicator back there, right?
How do you designate the different targets though?
Click on it, and it gives you a letter. Click on the next one, and gives you can target up to 3, so it gives you A, B, C.
Yeah,
right, you can do 4.
A,
so
B.
just click
Okay.
on what's in the woods there.
That's a
click on the
shadow.
woods.
Yeah, that one.
Still only 50%.
No, see, you have to click the letter next to the weapon in the back
Oh, I see. Okay,
to
cool.
change.
So first you you
Oh,
designate targets, right?
nice. Then you can destabilize. Okay, I see why you like missiles, Nate. I'm just like, well, how the heck do these things do anything for us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially once you start getting the plus weapons. So you're not even at this point, you're not trying to damage, you're trying to destabilize, you know?
Yeah.
Force them to move because if they fire without moving, then they just become a sitting target the next turn around, you know?
Okay.
Which is why I was telling you, you always want to make sure you're moving.
Sure. Okay. What do we got here?
So your blackjack now, if your blackjack is all lasered out, that would be a very perfect mech to use against the griffin. That'll kill the griffin for sure.
You think so?
Because when its armor is stripped, lasers are the best. But you have to strip the armor to make him count.
See, the blackjack is the type of mech that I would put the multi-target pilot in.
Okay.
Because there's so many times where you're gonna want
Yeah.
to shoot the AC2s at one mech and then shoot the lasers at the other one. Because like if you alpha strike at, I don't know if you're up on the lingo, but alpha strike means fire all weapons.
Yeah. Okay.
If you alpha strike the Griffin right now, you're wasting a ton of damage because
Sure.
you're very likely to kill it with say just the lasers.
Okay. But
So
I
you can
can't
either
don't have
think
another option, is what you're saying, though,
but you
right? 'Cause-
can't. Yeah, so I would honestly shoot all of the blackjack weapons at
Oh.
something else.
Didn't
But I
kill
mean
him
that
though. Spoiler alert.
at the same time though, yeah. No, now I'm noticing like this. You know, this is the kind of the game you play. Like you can
Holy
you
crap.
try to be economical
That's
with
great.
your damage, but you
He's got
can't
a
always.
Kintaro? Was that a Kintaro?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez. Oh, they're
that's
bastards. You're in trouble. Oh man.
so.
Good.
Kintaro is definitely your next target. So yeah, you want
Take
to
out the
rotate.
Griffin. Yeah.
You want to rotate away from the Kintaro.
Yep. Basically, do not leave your back to it, or you're screwed.
So
No. You have.
don't
Yeah.
fire. You need
I
to
think it's.
move that
I think
mech.
it's too late. I think it's too late. You
No.
fired, didn't you?
No. Do
Okay.
that.
Do not leave your back to the Kintaro. Make sure you move him. Not forward. Move him back. Move him side, somewhere. So you got some evasion pips. You're gonna need them.
Or you can jump. I would jump the Centurion.
Yes. Jump is
And
good too.
and jump. The farther you jump, the more pips you're gonna get.
Should I jump like right next to this guy so I can melee him? Or?
No.
So
Move
okay,
away.
first of
Move
all,
away.
look at just hit escape and get off of your targeting thing and click on the Kintaro and see what it has.
A lot of armor and some short range, medium lasers, short range missiles, medium lasers.
So
Okay.
It has 3 SRM6. Each missile is gonna do, what is it, 4 damage?
Yep.
Something like
So with no so if it shoots, it's shotgunning missiles at you, which is going to destabilize your mech and strip armor off. Like it's one fire, it's one round of fire already stripped all the armor off of that Shadowhawk.
Yeah, it did.
Arm. So like it's going to do the same thing to your chest, to your to your torso as
So
well.
where do I move the Centurion then?
Away from it.
Away from Okay.
That's not.
Like you get.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nate.
No, at this point, don't worry about hand to hand, because if you do that, you leave yourself exposed.
Yeah.
So when you're doing stuff, you're moving away. So you want to move your Centurion to the other side from the Griffin. I see you already moving. Oh man. Oh man, he's got no evasion pips. Oh.
But I want him to take the damage, or my other guy is gonna get nuked because my other guy stripped the armor.
But the thing is, you could have jumped the Centurion. You can turn the mech. The Centurion has the left. The Centurion's left arm has no weapons in it. It's literally meant as like a shield.
Oh.
So it's okay that you have the Centurion facing left with its left arm, but you have to make sure it's the target the AI wants. And the Kintaro, the other thing about the Kintaro is if it fires all of its SRMs and everything, it's going to run hot.
Yeah.
And so you can wait for it to overheat and then pound on it while it's uh,
That's
while it's
actually that
sleeping.
spot is pretty good. The 3 pips on the rock.
Yeah.
That one
I think
is
so.
that no, but you see, no, you see, you want to be able to target the griffin that's down because that's how you take it out. Is once it's destabilized and, I
Yeah,
mean, once it's
I
been
can
knocked
face
down.
it like this. Is what happens,
That doesn't let you
No,
target the griffin though.
you
doesn't
had
it?
a better spot when you move back.
One
The
to the right.
Yep. Well, we're 30 seconds behind, so if you
I
clicked on
know.
something,
I know.
But as long as you have line of sight on it, right? It's in your
no, no,
bubble.
no, it's your view is obstructed because yeah, right there you have line of sight. See,
Okay.
it's because remember you're not on a flat surface. This is like XCOM, except you can't really shoot through the walls like you can in XCOM sometimes.
Okay. And then I guess that blocks line of sight to the dude up there unless he moves. Okay.
Well, he'll move, but the point is
Yeah.
that you'll be able to, as you're
This point, do I
okay.
shoot
So
his
here's
torso?
Oh, the other thing.
always
That
target the torso when he's down. Absolutely,
so when you say blocks line of sight,
right
are
there.
you referring to the dotted lines?
As opposed to the red lines, yeah.
So
No, 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 no,
the dotted
no,
lines don't mean
no. Dotted
not
line
knowing.
means you're just not turned to him. When I said block
Oh.
line of sight, that outcrop right there blocked you from the position he was in. So you couldn't, you had no lines on him whatsoever. It's just when you, depending on which direction you face the top part of your mech,
Uh-huh.
do you see what I'm saying? So watch how they move. When they move, you'll see what I'm talking about. Is they're
Yeah.
moving. See how they're rotating along the axis? Like when the mech moves, like it's standing in a spot, but the upper torso will rotate side to side.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But like you see how they churn, right? They move a few steps and then they churn for something. But what happened is where you put the Shadowhawk, there's an outcrop right in front of it, and that literally blocked line of sight. There was no line of sight between you and the Kintaro. So for the Kintaro to get to
Oh.
you, it has to move to get to you. But your blackjack is exposed on the side. You see, like look where you are right now. From your Shadowhawk.
My Shadowhawk? Okay, I'm on him.
You see, so you can see, so you see those red, solid red lines
Yeah,
means that's what you're seeing from the spot. See, but right now you don't see anybody. Click on fire, click on the fire, and see and you'll be able to see who you can see from that spot. Like on the target
Oh.
reticule,
So
key number
they
one.
can see me, but I can't
You see, yeah,
see
you see, you're
them.
faced away from
Okay.
them, so they see you, but you can't do anything about them. You see that? So you
Yeah.
can only see the spider back there, but you can't see the his Shadowhawk or his Kintaro. I mean,
So
because you're turned away from him.
what the red lines mean is you if you click while you're moving, then you can possibly twist your mech to face those mechs and get a shot.
Okay.
So if you when it's a dotted line, it means that move will not allow you to
Yeah,
face.
exactly. See, so you had a
Okay.
spot in the
Yeah.
woods right there that gave you 3 pips and gave you cover from the woods. Nope, further up.
Yeah,
Right
but
there.
Right.
I
so
can't see
what it
though.
mean the dotted lines though mean like and this is another thing that's from the tabletop that's not explained in this.
Okay.
When you have in the tabletop you have a certain number of movement points. And when you get to the end of a move in tabletop, if you have movement points left, you can spend some of them to turn your mech in place. You you can always because it was hex paper right back in the day, or you would have like another you'd have like a 90-degree arc or whatever when you played without hex
Sure.
paper on. So point, and I know this is getting like long explanation, but the point is that you could always torso twist your mech for free and basically say, all right, my mech is twisted this way, and that would allow you to fire, which is basically what they're doing
Yeah.
when they
Okay.
have
So
Yeah, that
hexes.
line description's good to know. And so I'm in trees. No, thank you guys. This is I might actually
so
not suck
Ben
this game so
Ben
bad.
is actually in chat right now. Let me see if he wants to join us on Skype.
Do it.
He still has his mod rights over here. No, which is hey, that's fine. He's One of the original 4.
The original 4. Which Ben are we talking about, though? There's many Bens.
Original OG Ben. The
OG
original
Ben.
Ben.
You gotta be specific. Let's just toast this fool. I've probably got like 15 to 20 minutes left here, just so the two of you
That's
know.
okay.
I super appreciate your tips, though, because, like,
Oh, this is good.
I have not... Oh, look at that mother F. Oh, yeah. We just got lucky. You'll see this in
Spoilers.
like 15 seconds, guys. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. See. Now,
Oh, that's
if
the
that
armor
was your
blowing off.
right,
That's the ammo cooking off.
if that was your mech
That would've
and you put
sucked.
the ammo in the legs, that wouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
Haha. That's
So-
gonna save me a lot. Okay, let's see
But see,
here.
oh, that's right. It's 8 damage. So see, all those, you benefited from the fact that
He
At
just
least
lost
one
a whole
of
bunch
our
of his
friends.
missiles. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. I don't want to put my back to this guy. I think I might trade Alpha striking him from the woods here with my blackjack.
so that's the thing though. The blackjack doesn't need to get closer.
You don't think it does? Okay, so I'll just like
But,
keep it in the
but
woods
at the same
here for a
time,
pip.
pips are
Oh
pips.
shit!
So I mean, it's
What'd you do?
I like sometimes it just clicks stupid, and he's gonna have his butt.
Oh no.
That's that's lame. We can do
Nothing.
brace.
you would brace, yeah.
Oh no.
That sucks though. That would have been
Yeah,
super
don't do
good.
any of those.
Don't do that again.
Yeah, right? You're telling me.
They're gonna take turns running a train on you.
Yeah, this game's like, the asshole on tabletop. Take your hand off the mech. That's how you moved it. Like, shut up.
Gotta get the authentic experience.
Hey, that's how Warhammer was.
Right.
You can't measure out. You can't
That
wheel
was
your
nothing.
cavalry. You can't.
Oh,
You gotta
injured.
eyeball it. No tape measures.
That's what. So we played Warhammer 40K a bunch,
Mhm.
and before I was a carpenter for 9 years before I got my most recent job. Anyway,
Yeah, expose that
one of the
structure.
guys, his dad was a carpenter, and that's who I ended up working for.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, he through high school and through his 20s until we stopped playing was a carpenter, and so he didn't need a tape measure for Warhammer. This is crazy and imbalanced. He could measure out everything by sight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He
crazy.
just-
No, but
He'd be like he always played guard, so he'd always
Oh, that's
do a
terrible.
perfect template placement on everything. It was
Well,
notorious.
that's
as
why
a-
when I
Fools
played
dead.
Warhammer, Fantasy Battle, I always like to play the elves with the war dancers.
Mm.
So
I
you
didn't
didn't.
play fantasy, so I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, I played Fantasy. I played 40K. I played Necromunda. I played what else did I play? Blood
Everything.
Bowl. Love Blood Bowl. Love Blood Bowl.
This guy's hurting.
What
It's time
else?
to jump him away.
Oh, your Vindicator's taking a beating. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna jump him away.
He's about to start losing arms.
Yep. Back out, buddy.
That's a good spot. That's good.
You see, there you go. That's a good jump. So
That's a good job. Okay, we're learning. Ooh, that's gonna
You're learning.
overheat me though. I'll
no,
pull
you're
off
still
the-
alright. You're still alright.
No, I'll get to critical overheat
No,
alert.
so you can turn off some of your weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to turn off my weapons.
I will turn off your no. I
Lasers?
will turn off your medium lasers.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I grabbed. Okay.
Yeah, because the PPC on the long range.
Yeah. Now, this is the kind of depending what you're doing too, or what else is going on.
Centurion's going to stomp this dude.
Ooh, good hit.
This is the kind of
Oh.
time where you could, if you have something with more weapons, you would consider, precision striking to get rid of one high damage
Mhm.
mech.
We're going to step
but
on this
but
fool,
at
I
this
think.
point he's so. Well, that's the other thing. Melee is incredibly efficient in terms of heat.
Yeah, because you cut off, you
Plus-
move, you release a lot of anger and tension and heat at the same time.
So
Like after
I
you-
mean,
uh-huh.
I'll go. I was just gonna say that the
Does not do that
Centurion
much
has
damage.
low heat and
Boom. Oh, he dodged it.
That's
yeah, the
lame.
evasion pips can cut into your melee. No, I mean the thing is the melee hit too depends on piloting skill.
Yep.
Oh, I should probably look at that
So
a little
like
bit.
Yeah.
so
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
your Centurion there was probably better off attacking a mech that's further away because of the AC5 and it had no heat, and it has all these advantages to it still. And if you fire, and on the other hand, if you fired at it with the mech that you ended up firing at the Kintaro anyway,
Uh-huh.
that would have removed some of the evasion too, and then you could take the swing.
So you're saying I should precision strike with my blackjack on him?
I mean, not at this point. That Kintaro is toast.
Are you sure? Because he's still around, and I hit him with everything last turn.
Well, see, I mean,
I guess he's got 13 health in the
He's
core.
just got.
Okay.
He's just got a leg lock.
So I just have to actually
Yeah.
hit with the Centurion, is what you're saying.
well, no, I mean, if you're gonna shoot at it, and this is another point where it would be good to have the multi-target, right? Because you would fire the AC2s at the more distant target and the medium lasers to try to finish off the Kintaro, etc., etc. So like I
Well,
would
he is
fire at it with something else. Let the Centurion attack the next target.
Let me move this guy out of the way, because I don't want him getting hit anymore. I need to try to draw him away. PCPM?
PCPM. I don't know. You're gonna stick drugs in his throat and hold his
Right.
mouth.
PPCM, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to. That's the only thing he can actually reasonably hit.
Well, you can multi-target too, though. So,
You're right.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
can.
although that thing's braced, so I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it.
It's something, though, right?
Their Vindicator's braced, so it's kind of like doesn't really.
It knows it's gonna get rained upon.
Yeah.
I'll ventilate heat this time. Maybe we'll just fire one
This
shot.
is one of those things where like you start learning all these
There you go, knockdown.
considerations, and there's just so many things to think about, but it becomes quick the more you play.
Oh, there you see. Now he went down, and now.
Yeah. Now you can. Oh, you got. Oh, hey.
How
That's
am I
good.
not losing arms?
Yeah, so
This
the,
is so
the
lucky.
incapacitation means better salvage.
Oh, so he's out. He's down now. Okay,
So
cool.
that pilot got incapacitated by taking like a head hit and a knockdown and
Yeah, he's
a
probably
torso
taking.
explosion.
Yeah.
Get him into
So
trees.
now, in the tabletop, they handled a lot of this stuff differently, but they've actually done a pretty darn good job of approximating it. Like you had to take the instability or the stability damage in this game sort of approximates what they used to have, or what the tabletop. Not as they used to, but you can still play it obviously.
Yeah.
It used to have piloting roles for everything.
You see, look. You see, don't run in your Centurion for a hit.
Why not?
Because this is where you use your missiles. He's fully armored, fully shielded up. Your short-range missiles can help strip a lot of the armor.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And he'll
Yeah.
step back, and his weapons, he has short-range missiles, he has medium range, he has AC5. He'll step back and he'll just lay into you. So yeah, so you move him. No, but you see,
The trees.
yeah. No, but that's just no. You could have moved it. Oh man, you got.
Could have done what?
You got some work ahead of you.
So
you just. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that when you move mechs that have multiple ranged weapons, you'll see the big gray arc that comes up.
Okay.
So like I don't know, I'm trying to.
Wait, is that short, medium, and long?
Those are
Yeah.
the different weapons.
Oh, okay.
And so like when you move, this doesn't have a great example. Well, maybe it does. So see the AC5 and the AC2 on this mech. See how there's like, I wish I could point at the screen for you, but see like go ahead and
point if it helps you. Go ahead and point.
I know, right? I am pointing, sitting here by myself. But go ahead
Just
and
don't
like
punch it.
put the
Try not to punch
Put the Shadowhawk, and click so that you can see the firing arc. Okay, so see how there's the arc that's closest to the enemies is sort of darker,
Yeah.
and then it's lighter, and then there's like nothing
Okay.
as it closer to the movement circle
Yeah.
where you will click. That represents the minimum ranges of the weapons. So what it means is if you're inside that arc, the AC5 and the AC2 will get significant penalties to hit.
If you're inside the
Like
first colored arc or
if
the really skinny, like width of a mech arc.
if the enemy mech is inside the like you can actually do this. You can turn off everything but the AC5
Okay.
and then go back to the move.
Well, that's a good idea.
Like then go back to your movement
Okay.
after you do that.
So now it's just one colored arc.
Right. Now, what that does is it represents the AC5's range
Mm-hmm.
and then minimum range. So if you're like 1 or 2, hexes away from the enemy, the AC5 is going to take a penalty to hit. Same thing with AC2. You can do the same thing. Click off the AC5, click on the AC2.
Yeah.
You're going to
Okay.
see a similar arc.
So what Ben says at this stage right now, before you commit, while you're checking out your arc, if you mouse over the mech, it'll show you percentages.
Yeah.
Like right now, just put your mouse pointer over the mech and it'll show you
Oh,
the
from the
percentages of the
move.
highlighted
Oh,
weapons.
that is so nice. I've always I try to figure that out.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I'm like, oh, it's cool you can see now, but what about the move?
Yep. So between the percentages and those little arcs, you can basically tell what's going to happen
Yeah.
or what the likelihood is before you
Okay.
even click. And it's that's one of the things that I really like about the UI for this is that it's very well put together. It just doesn't do a great
It's
job
not
of telling you
explained
what
at
those
all,
things are.
no.
Now, and as somebody who played the tabletop, it all makes sense to me. Or at least it's close. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to go one layer deeper, you can actually, if you want to know why a particular weapon has the to hit percentage it does, you can check that out too.
Hmm.
Those other mechs are like, I'm out of here.
They're just
Forget
like
about it.
long
Oh,
range
that's
missiles.
that's the target, right?
Yeah,
So.
the target's like, it's too hot over there. I'll wait till I have no support. Then I'll go in and teach him a lesson.
Although the worst missions in this game, though, are the ones where the target runs away.
Where you have like the one turn to take him out.
Oh my god, I hate those missions. That's why I started using knockdown weapons more than anything, to be honest. Is just to not ever have that happen again.
And now you know why I like to have platforms that have heavy missiles and have something like an AAC, or I don't want to spoil it for him, but like that other weapon we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I love that weapon. That's my favorite weapon.
It's very good.
I love like, yeah, I love the sound it makes when it connects.
Mm-hmm.
And like you feel it, like you can imagine you're in. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be on the receiving end of it. Let's just say that.
No, like I can't believe how much stuff I just didn't realize I didn't know. You dick! Just freaking punched my left arm. I thought that was my armored arm.
Oh, it is.
Freaking jerk.
That's right. Losing that does nothing.
Punches jerk.
Didn't you?
Back.
Oh no, you replaced the other arm.
So now though, see how close he is. You can
I'm just punching him back. I'm just mad.
Now you can hit him in the back, but you don't need to.
Time.
You see.
He's just grudge matching it. That's
okay.
No. Get your revenge.
Get your blackjack behind him, and just unload into his back.
No, but this is another spot where you can see the arcs, right? Your AC2s, see how they're at 45%. It's because you're inside that arc. And you're not going to be able to get, unless you back straight up, maybe.
No.
If you back up down the hill, maybe you can do it. Now, this is the thing,
it's
though.
still basically the same.
But I mean, if pumping 4 medium lasers and low chance autocannon in his back is not horrible. So, when you click on an enemy, to fire, you can also hover over the weapon, and it will break down further why the percentage is what it is.
Oh.
So click on them before you hit fire.
Yeah,
and
so
then
like if it's arm mounted or things like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so
yeah.
Okay.
that kind of stuff is another way that will. Let's see how it says min range on the AC2s. I got that information from the ARC, but it's also there.
Yeah, but once you play it enough, ooh, it hit. Nice.
Yeah, his back's hurt, but not hurt enough yet. I'm just like hitting him on every angle.
Yep.
Should probably focus on one angle.
You're gonna punch him again?
I don't know.
I
Do you think
would.
it's worth it?
Why
Oh.
does the rear armor
No,
I don't know
you
what it's called, paper doll, right? Why does the paper doll rear armor, when it's stripped, it turns black? Why does it not show?
Yeah, that's an error, I bet. Yeah. Should I run up and punch him on that side, or should I just run and shoot him? I don't think he has that.
The thing about melee is, right, like melee does all the damage to one location.
Okay.
If you punch him, you could punch the leg, you could punch the arm. None of that will do much.
Yeah, if you shoot him, you can do quite a bit of damage everywhere else.
And you've always got to take into account, right, like, how much total damage can you do with a particular move?
You got to move further back because you see, like, your percentage. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm figuring it out, slow but surely.
Yeah,
can you imagine the things you would learn if you played XCOM with my supervision?
Well, I get XCOM because it is a little bit more streamlined. A lot more streamlined.
Oh, there you go. See?
Took an arm off. He lost an arm now too. It just took 4 mechs.
But that's the thing. So you, instead of maybe risking and punching his arm off, you hit the torso instead because you had multiple attack chances. And that means that you did damage to the torso, which blew off the arm, which removed the arm from the possible target, which means you're going to do all the damage to the center torso now. Because that's the other thing that's not explained, is that when the mechs roll to hit,
don't just fire. Remember to move it.
But I'm at the perfect angle because he's stripped on this side.
See though, this is another detail. If you look at the Shadowhawk, armor breakdown.
Yeah.
When you click on him, click on it again.
Okay, we're on him.
So look at the rear armor. See those little flat, like sort of pulsating red.
Yeah.
Thing? That's telling you what it's possible to hit from that angle.
Why am I hitting him from that? That's weird.
You can only hit him in the rear right now.
Oh my gosh, why don't they have a tutorial to cover this crap? Because I've been trying to figure out, like, how the hell do I shoot from this side? Like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
because they're game designers, and they know this, and they assume that everybody else will know this stuff.
I know, I thought about
there you go. Now we shoot him
somehow doing this in my write-up, but I just...
No. You can't do that in the write-up. You can do it in the comments if somebody asks you.
Sure. I mean, I thought about putting a little bit of it just to cover like the UI nuance, which I like, but it's just it's getting too long. Like, I know I can write as much as I want, but I just...
There's a flip side to it. If you feel that you have to do something like that, then you make, not you necessarily, but you can have, like, you can collaborate with Dallin, have him record footage, and just do a voiceover explaining the stuff. That's up to you guys if you want to, but, you just want to punch him, don't you?
That's what I was trying to do, but this didn't work. Okay, whatever. We'll take that off. Guess we'll short range him.
You just do it, even if it's low chance.
Pilot injured. Does that mean he falls
just
down?
Shoot
there
everything.
We go.
No, shoot everything.
Just wait, guys. It's fine. Everything's gonna be okay in 20 seconds. It will be fine.
I see.
Ammo
You got
explosion.
lucky there.
No,
Yeah.
no, that was luck. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, unless you're low ammo and you have a bunch of other mechs to fight, there's no reason not to just or you're like high heat. Doesn't matter.
Oh, somebody's coming in. Is it the spider?
The spider. Gangbang on the spider.
Spider is the guest of honor.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess we shoot it. That was awesome.
That's what's the one thing that I wish I
Braced.
had. You can probably hit him with the short range missiles too, by the way.
It wasn't letting me.
It was indirect.
You know what's another thing that I wish they had on here? When you wreck a leg, the leg still stays on.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be awesome if you wrecked the leg and your mech had to skip all over the place.
I like when you take both legs out and then they like.
Oh no, you take out both legs, they're done.
Yeah, I figured that out. That was how I had to kill my
So-
first like medium guy.
So the salvage works by you get different numbers of salvage in the depending on the damage you do, right? So if you get a headshot, you get all 3.
What? How the hell
Yeah.
did that happen?
Oh, you're gonna overheat. So
Ah.
take down the medium.
Yeah,
laser.
I didn't think I was going to, and then I lose my PPC. Oh.
Oh!
What?
He
I
overheated.
I checked that. I
Oh.
thought because I was
Oh.
like, oh, that's ridiculous. And that's I mean why I appreciate you guys teaching me, but I'm probably not going to beat this game. Oh, because I make dumb decisions
What?
like that.
You mean the overall or this particular
You'll
mission?
beat it. It's just gonna take you a while.
Oh no, this mission I got, but like the PPC's gone, right?
So maybe you'll salvage it.
Yeah, you know. Oh, I even checked it. I was like, oh, we're gonna be good, but obviously.
No, you weren't. You weren't looking at it. What it did is it gave you how hot it was gonna be, and it's light colored, and the red warnings went off. Overheat, and you're like, oh, I'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'm like, dude,
All
don't.
good.
And then you did.
Well, you
That's
would have
too
been
bad.
fine had you not taken internal damage earlier.
Yeah.
And lost the
Okay.
heat sink.
Like if you, especially on a larger mech with more internal, you can overheat several times and not have it be an issue. And in fact, there's a particular assault mech, which is the Stalker, that is just utterly notorious for just running up and overheating immediately, but putting
really?
out like ridiculous amounts of damage. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen the Stalker?
No.
It's
I've only had that story mission. That was just, I was the one I was complaining to you about.
mhm.
And I've had I haven't had any assault since,
Take that
except
jump
that.
jet.
Lots of heavy mechs though, which is fine.
Yeah.
I can handle heavy mechs.
You probably won't
Nah.
see an enemy Stalker until you get like
I love
Or
the
not.
Highlander.
so.
I love the
Okay, I'm
Highlander.
gonna move back and brace and vent a lot.
Yeah, the Highlander. That's one maxi. I took the jump jets off that one to max out the armor.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go.
I gotta get that guy back. He had no more damage to him. That's my main guy too. So I guess I have enough ammo to use it. Hey, leg gone. There you go.
Who's got the sniffles?
That's me. It's allergy season.
I see.
Oh yeah.
You see right there. See how his leg's all blacked out? It would be
Mhm.
awesome if he had no leg right there. He was just
Like-
for him to move around, he had to skip.
They could like.
I don't think they. So that's the other thing too. Like in tabletop, and they didn't bother doing it in this game, but the tabletop, all of the internal structure bits are displayed and are on there. So you have like hip actuators and shoulder actuators and
Yeah.
No, they show it here.
that's not in there. Where is it?
Well, it depends on what cinematic camera you use, you know?
Oh no, I mean in the paper doll. Like there's no
Oh, no, no.
like so
No, there's
in the
so left
tabletop
leg,
you can
right leg,
yeah.
torso, arm,
No, but I
back.
mean in the internal structure where it shows the weapons in
Hmm.
the tabletop, it'll also say like in the arm, it will show what takes up the space that isn't weapons. So it will
Oh, I
show
see what
like
you're saying.
some of those things in tabletop are things you can take hits on,
Yeah.
and in the leg, you know, if you took like a hip actuator shot,
Hmm.
that would mean certain things for
I see
how
what
the
you're
mech
saying.
handles. And so like they here when you lose a leg, they're just like, okay, now you're slow.
It's done there, yeah.
Gotcha.
But and then you know you would have to take piloting rolls every time you move when you lost a leg, and you were like, yeah, losing a leg is bad.
Ben
There he
agrees
is.
with me, by the way.
Dragon.
Wait, what?
They have a dragon.
It's a heavy?
I think so. Yeah, it just hit like a heavy.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
fun.
you're in trouble.
No, I'm
you
not.
should
Got
you should
this.
definitely
Run.
like close distance.
Think so?
You are in lots of trouble.
Nah.
So Ben, he's like, Ben agrees with me that there were lots of red warnings.
No,
Yeah.
there was. We have video proof, guys. There were no red warnings.
I
And
did. I didn't yell out because I knew it was too late because of the delay.
yeah,
It's too late.
yeah, but he's like, there were lots of warning, and Ben's like, screw it, I'm going for it. That's good. That's funny.
Getting some trees here, I guess.
Oh, the dragon. Oh.
It's only. I mean, it's Dragon's just. It's a good mech. It's just not that.
No,
scary.
no. It's not that. It's the the shape of his mechs.
Yeah.
There.
He's got a ton of armor left though.
This is better than normal.
I don't think this is that bad.
This is better than normal, man. You have no idea how much better than normal this is.
Oh man. Oh
Some
man.
evasion here.
So
I don't
just
even.
next time you play when you have more time,
Mm-hmm.
like really study the different, you know, moves you can make.
Yeah, that
Because like
makes.
you're kind of, I mean, like we're just watching you, you're kind of going a little too fast.
You think so? Okay.
Well, just like you know, the difference between one spot and the spot right next to it can sometimes mean much higher hit percentages,
Sure, that
Not
makes
just
sense.
hit percentages,
or
more defense.
yep, more defense, more, you know, all those kinds of things. So like,
Mhm.
really like look at the options.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
And I mean, you know, I don't know. See your Shadowhawk, you're like, oh yeah, I got all my weapons left, I'm good, but don't forget your left torso is
A
damaged.
little bit hurt. Yeah.
So that means the endpoint move, you might as well turn your left side to the dragon because that just gives you a better chance not to lose weapons and so on. And it's just like another one of these. Like I haven't really watched multiplayer matches of this, but
Mhm.
I can really see
Where that would be different. Yeah.
like well like high level play would really, you know, people would make some pretty interesting choices. Although the problem with BattleTech in general has always been sort of like pushing the envelope
Oh,
for
jeez.
making
That's great.
ridiculous for making just ridiculous overpowered mechs and decisions. You know, with
Oh, there's your crit. Oh man, your AC is about to go.
That's what I need to my right. My right hand.
that's why you need to turn your mech, yeah. Turn your right side to him.
Put your right hand in.
Well, and that's, you know, another thing is the, you know, you look at the paper doll of the mech and you're like, oh yeah,
So
hey,
much
that's
armor.
the right side. But it's like it's mirrored, so because it's facing,
Yeah.
it's easy to make that mistake too.
You won't do it too often. See, that's
And
what
now-
you see. Lasers aren't doing anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I have to get through his 800 armor somehow.
Missiles.
I know. When I have missiles, I'm firing them like right now.
So one other thing that I've just realized since you fired into him from below, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing that isn't explained, but is totally a thing from tabletop. If you are if you are at a lower elevation than an enemy, you will roll higher chance to hit their legs.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
by the same token, if you're above an enemy, you're a much higher chance to hit the
The head.
torso, the legs.
But is it like that in
in
the
this, yeah,
game?
yeah.
Is it?
There we go. There's some structure. There's a left
You'll
arm.
notice.
Okay.
Yeah, now is the kind of time where once you've exposed structure potentially, then you're going to want to use your precision strike, because this is another nuance of this whole thing.
Is
Your
this red thing
morale-
where he's trying to run to?
Yep, he's trying to run away.
Oh yeah, that's that.
Does he have to run
thing.
through me or?
No, he needs to. You see where that spot is right there? That's where he's got to get. The moment he gets there, a shuttle drops and he's out.
So you're saying is I should aim for his stupid leg?
Well,
Make him skip. No, I see. No, his leg is too low precision.
yeah.
Even
Plus, you
waste your
don't.
time
What,
with
you're gonna precision strike with an LRM-5? Like that's not gonna do anything.
It's
Yes.
gonna happen. Probably
It's gonna
not. I
happen.
guess what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, but you can. This is still doable potentially.
Better be.
You can.
Dick. He better die.
He's not gonna die.
That's still pretty
Now,
good.
I don't know if it'll sprint or what, but
Now I think he's blocking the way, so it can't.
Would I precision strike his leg with like my alpha mech?
yeah, you could do that. That's not a horrible idea.
I mean, if it doesn't hit the leg, it just hits another body. Equal chance. You're
Yeah.
just rolling to try to specify, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's
Okay.
not. It's going to increase your chance to miss or something. And you already should have a greater chance because you're below him, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
Oh.
Now, the other thing that might be worth doing
Mm-hmm.
is getting in
There
his
you
way. Getting in the way.
He is. The Centurion's in the way.
There we go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Did you get the leg now?
Yeah.
So then you can do other things to destabilize it.
There
like,
it is.
Oh, you got the left torso too.
And he
So
fell.
you got.
Nice.
So here's the other thing. Like, if you get another pilot injury, you might kill him without damaging the mech more.
So I can keep
Yeah,
it,
at this
yeah.
point,
So
I
that's
would just.
greedy.
Yeah, at this point, I just
Go for it.
target the center torso, just below
Or
the
is it-
cockpit, and just
Yeah.
unload. Yep, right there.
Yeah,
It
with
has the
anything.
highest percentage to hit too.
The center torso? Okay.
Yeah. It'll blow
Yeah.
him up, but whatever.
You might not be able to from that
Yeah.
angle.
He's gonna have to
Sometimes you
stand
can't.
up on his turn though, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
No,
so
no, he's using missiles.
standing up. I don't understand standing up in this game in particular. Like in the tabletop, standing
We're gonna
up
do it,
takes
guys.
a whole turn.
We're gonna do this. Tell me when you see it.
Oh,
See,
he's,
he can't
gave up.
pass.
He gave up. Yeah.
No,
would-
he's.
Should I
he
jump
would
on him?
just-
ways-
Should I jump on
Totally.
him or should I shoot
Yeah,
him?
totally. Just
Go
yeah,
for it.
him at the back. It's fun.
Execute. Let's do this.
You might actually just kill it.
I missed.
Oh.
Yes.
This is the one-armed Centurion. He's off
This is
balance.
sad.
Right.
Oh.
No, but you still see it's still unsteady though. That's
Yeah, but
that's interesting.
there you
Oh,
go.
it's-
Now you unload. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or try to take out his other leg. That's how it takes him out too.
Can try. This guy can't precision strike, right? Quiet. Oh, knockdown. At least he fell down again.
This
Stay
is-
Oh,
down. Pilot
Center
injury.
torso. No. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're
Not
behind you by
quite.
30 seconds.
So the other thing is with salvage. if you get a headshot, you're gonna get 3 parts
Yeah.
if nothing else is
Nice.
damaged. If you get, I think both legs removes one of the 3 parts. The left or right torso removes one of the 3 parts, and then if you core it out, I think that only gives you
You
2
won.
still. I think it only gives you 1 if you
Should
core
we
out
go
the
for the
CT
core
only.
or the leg?
I
Let's see.
It
always
doesn't matter at this point.
Well,
I
core's almost done
unload.
actually. Yeah.
I unload. I try to blow them up, each and every one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Destroyed. We did it, guys. I wouldn't have done that without your help, so I really appreciate it. This definitely took me from like gonna lose to didn't lose. Look at
But that's the
myself now.
thing. It's a couple of decisions. It's a couple of like
Yeah.
face this way. It's a couple of like, okay, I take this shot, and every single one of those things you do is gonna
That would have actually been
improve.
really good if I didn't overheat myself.
And lose your PPC.
Yeah. So
Those aren't that
Kintaro
expensive
or
though.
dragon? Like, what should I go for?
Dragon.
Okay, I can get one piece of a dragon. Then after that, with
Look.
the
Okay, before you do that, scroll down. See if there's any plus pieces. See if there's any plus arm, plus weapons, so you can
it like
start
has a
seeing what
plus
we're
by
talking
it,
about.
or
Just scroll down. See what's there.
yeah, I don't see any. There are none.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not
You
there
always
yet.
want to look. Yeah, you'll get some eventually. Now some of them aren't that great, but some of them are.
Yeah,
Quite good.
I take anything that destabilizes and gives additional accuracy.
Yeah. I mean, Griffin or Kentaro is kind of a toss-up.
Going Kintaro, you guys
Uh,
seem more surprised with that, so.
Well, the Kentaro thing about the Kentaro is like it's hot. It runs hot. It can put
Uh-huh.
out a lot of damage. I used one for a while.
Shadowhawk
Griffin's
is
kind
good
of
too. Shadowhawk is good too.
I have one
yeah,
though.
and they're all 55 ton.
Okay.
So
I can see run multiples. Let's.
I was running 2 Shadowhawks for a long time.
Ooh, I've got 2 or
Mhm.
3 pieces on my random drops then. Okay. That was decent.
oh yeah,
Oh, there you go, Shadowhawk. There you go. I
Pretty
got
close,
another
yeah.
Kintaro piece.
got the
Yeah.
spider piece too. That's right.
Yeah. Who
Those
doesn't
are
need a
fine,
good
see-
spider?
A little bit of
Here's the
everything.
thing too, right? You see why you choosing the salvage over the sea bills is worth it, because if you get
Totally.
like say there were 2 spider pieces,
Uh-huh.
you might have gotten a full spider, and then you can sell that for a couple million sea bills, and it's
No,
highly.
they're a couple of 100,000. The spider's like 250,000.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. What I meant is like over time,
All
you
right.
get a couple of those from one piece at a time, and it's worth a couple million sea bills, which is
Yep.
potentially more than the couple 100,000 you would get from the.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, guys, it's been fun, but I got to jump. I got to do a little
Yeah.
more studying before the night's over. But thank you, Nate, and
No problem.
for your
Matt?
expertise, and thank you, Matt, for your more
Yeah.
expertise. No offense, Nate, but
No,
you,
no,
you,
no.
you like you
Hey,
played the
I'm
tabletop, and like there is so many nuances here that like are not brought forward. Like I'm going to. This is definitely going up on YouTube as like, hey, if you want to learn everything you need to know, like.
I'm learning from
Come on
him.
with me.
Ask him how many times I text him during the day.
Yeah, I'm like
Profanity-laced
at work,
text.
like eating lunch, and here comes I got this one. I got this weapon. Like,
Well,
How
oh,
about the profanity-laced texts?
yeah.
what? Those never come, Nate. What are you talking about?
This mission is
Well,
not my favorite.
no.
That's all Nate ever says. This mission's not my favorite.
Yeah, you just want a mission with a bunch of high salvage sitting there, right? I mean, that's what we all want, but
No,
Yeah.
I want a mission. I want a 3-skull mission. That's a 3-skull mission, not a 7-skull mission.
there you go. That's fair.
Right.
That's
do
what
you-
I want.
That's one other thing about the game, is that the difficulty is
That was what
are not exactly clear.
that was what happened to me right before this. Is that I'm doing a 3-skull mission, and the support, the planetary support, is like twice as powerful as the super nasty lance that's supposed to be scaring everybody.
Mhm.
The rebel support or whatever they
Yeah.
are, is worse than the lance, and I'm like, crap.
Well, the Lance is probably like some like high military brass's kid, so they got him a good station. And really, he's not that good, so they're like, oh, put
No,
him
no,
here.
the Lance was 4 heavies,
Oh, jeez. Wow.
but the support was there were 7 mechs, so there were heavies and there were a couple of mediums, and they had tacticians and they had recon units. Basically, no matter where I am, they keep spotting me. So
Mhm.
rain of death missiles on top of me. So I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna try to finish it without losing too much. With
Well,
either that or
Yeah.
I have to pull out.
you can do it. You can do it. Well, I'm. Thanks again, guys. Any last words?
Nope.
No, this one.
All right. Thanks again, guys.
No. All right, Dallin. You have a good
Sure
night.
thing.